So, it's Corona time! All these schools are closed, all activities big and small have been cancelled all over Germany. So we have nothing to do really here. So, what do we usually do when we don't have anything to do? We usually listen to music, lay in bed, and yeah, just chill out. For me though, I lay in bed, listen to Lofi Hip-Hop, and fucking die. So today I'll teach you how I make some of my Lofi Hip-Hop. Let's set up first though. Okay. Let's take this mic. Oh yeah, I gotta change that back. Fucking updates! By the way, don't worry about this. I just don't have a fucking stand to put anywhere here except this fucking thing. What does Lo-Fi stand for? Lo-Fi, also known as low fidelity, is music that is quite minimalistic and that is made with a low quality effort, meaning that it's EQ'd really heavily, or just basically made shit. So that's a perfect genre for me. I don't have to do it much and I can use EQ like a crackhead. Let's go over my song Rainy Day. My lo-fi songs basically consist of a lo-fi beat. Mostly I use drum samples from the cymatic packs, but often I just take drums myself and EQ them heavily. For example, if we go look at the drums, it is basically a kick that has been low filtered. So you can't really hear anything that's above like what, 1K hertz. Making the kick sound, it's been lo-fied, I guess. Other than that, the drums basically follow the kind of hip-hop style. A lot of hi-hats and kicks and snares all over the place. Let's take a listen. A huge part of the song was the piano. Pianos are often used in lo-fi songs as same as guitars and normal samples that you will get again from the cymatics packs. But since I'm untalented as shit, even though I have a guitar right there, I can't fucking play it. I just use the normal piano. If you didn't know that about me, I have taken a lot of music theory, so I know my way around chords and shit. So what I did here is I basically created a chords folder in which I have MIDI notes of each and every single note. Chords from the 1st to the 7th step, I guess. In major, in minor harmonic, and in melodic, I think. Also, I have a lot of 9th and 7th chords. So what did I do with them? I took the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th out. Or you can just experiment around. You can take some of the chords. If you haven't learned anything from music theory, I highly recommend at least learning chords, because that's going to help you a lot. To get this sort of jazzy feel that I have, I used a lot of 7th and 9th chords, so that's basically a sept and a 9th over the actual chord. So it sounds like this. Fucking Corona. If you heard at the second time the piano repeated, I put in a little modulation, or not a modulation, I would say a chromatic kind of downfall of the chords, so it would go just half notes. So back then I didn't know anything about Isotope. That's the plugin that every single lo-fi producer uses. Well, turns out that I'm a fucking idiot, because if you look at the project, in the piano, the group that I made, there it is. I'm such an idiot. Well, the following things that I'm about to say do still apply, so listen carefully because of the EQing and the low pass and high pass. So yeah, have fun with the video. Because it minimizes the work and everything. I went the long way, so basically what I did is I created 3 tracks which are purely chords. So I have 3 tracks of the chords and then 1 of the melody. If you look at it, we have very, then fucking, then nice, and the melody is the melody. So we have a very fucking nice melody. My English today, woo! So the first track of the piano, as I said already, is low filtered. That means we don't have any frequencies above 1K hertz. That's just to kind of have the feel around it. The second one I did was to actually support the very track. It is just a normal piano, so there is nothing majorly different about it other than our normal piano. The third track, which I called Nice, I just deleted all the low pass so that I would have only the high and mid frequencies. I have no idea why I did that, but I guess it sounds good, so yeah. So after that we have the melody. So basically it's just low pass as well. It is pretty simple. Remember, if you make lo-fi, remember to make your melodies very, very simple, that they could just vibe to it, because lo-fi should not actually get your attention. It should only be in the background. Moving on to the bass. It's basically just a sine wave that I sidechained and octaved about fucking 5 octaves down. To be honest, what else did you expect? I'm lazy as fuck. Other than that, the ambience is very, very important. If you listen to some lo-fi tracks, you will often hear some vinyl crackling. For this specific thing, I chose rain background sounds. You could pretty much put anything under there. I even have a track which I called The Shore, where I just put shore sounds under. The main thing is that you have to fill up those little spots that the minimalistic melody doesn't cover, so that it would sound nice and smooth. Also, what I did here is pretty interesting. I put in 2 more tracks, which are called Da Rain and Da More Rain. They are basically just arpeggios, which I did with my keyboard, or not with my keyboard. I actually just drew them. And I put in a and I put in a simple delay, as you can see, and a saturator. So they would sound something like tapping rain, like this. And the More Rain track is basically just the same, but with LSD. So because we don't have a lot of changing melodies and nothing is, it's pretty much the same, we have to vary it from time to time. For example, on the very first lo-fi song that I made, I chopped up the bass a little. Here it is obviously done with the rain tapping, as I already said earlier. You could also remove some parts and add some more parts. For example, I deleted the bass for about 2 bars so that this tapping rain would actually come through and be important to the listener, and the listener would say, hey, cool, that's like rain. If you want to add any more sounds, remember, you could also add in like a reverbed guitar, like put 20 fucking reverbs on it, doesn't matter. So just to try it out, I'll created a new project, put in a piano instead of a guitar, and yeah, put in about 20 reverbs. So yeah, let's try out how it sounds. Also, if you look close enough, lo-fi is supposed to be very slow. So I changed the tempo to something better than 120 BPM, and if you look at it, I'm a fucking idiot. So, if you want to make lo-fi for yourself, remember, small and minimalistic melody, some chords that are 9th or 7th that sound jazzy, a sub bass that's basically a sine wave, some ambience, and you're done. Just make it a little more interesting than I did, please. Help. Also, this song is on my SoundCloud. Be sure to check this out. I've recently decided to upload my songs onto YouTube as well. So yeah, be ready for some nice shit to come out. For now, I'll say bye-bye. Tell me in the comments if you liked it or not. Yeah, I'm just going to die here. Bye.